Get to our final PFF wrap-up grades of the season. But first, a quick note. From Game Time, you should never have to worry about buying tickets to your next big event, whether it's a concert, a sporting event, a comedy show, a play, anything near you. Game Time is the app to have. With killer last-minute deals, all-in prices, views from the seat, and their best price guarantee, Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying tickets. And the best part means the Game Time guarantee gets you the guaranteed best price. If you find tickets in the same section and row for less, guess what? Game Time will give you 110% credit of the difference. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use promo code LOCKEDON for $20 off your first purchase. Once again, the terms are download an account, use promo code LOCKEDON, LOCKEDON, for $20 off. You can download the Game Time app today. Last-minute tickets, lowest prices guaranteed. All right, guys, we're going to do our final PFF grades of the season. We've done this. We've kept it up. It's been consistent. And here's a little test of your memory and to see how well PFF did in totality, not just in a one-game scenario. I'm going to give you 8 players. We'll talk about each one for a minute or two and their position rank. 7 are legit. 1 is completely false. You got to see if you can sniff out the rat line. You ready? Mm-hmm. Start with Myles Garrett. He was the number 1 rated edge rusher in the NFL according to PFF with a 93.6 grade. Is that fair for Myles this year?
I think that's high, but I think knowing how PFF has a love affair with him, I would say that's it.
I think it's right. I think it's right on for me.
I would say so.
No.
All right, so that feels good. Let's go to the next one. How about David Njoku?
So one of these is fake. Is a fake rank and grade?
Yep, both are fake. One of these are fake. Both of them. Njoku, the 21st ranked tight end in football this year with a PFF grade of 68.4
on this one, I'm going to say because I think PFF is not a complete waste of time, but in general a waste of time. And we know with our eyeballs he's way better than the 21st ranked tight end, but I can see PFF having him ranked there.
But this could be the fake one.
It was 68?
Yeah, no, what I'm saying is that's the real. That's real.
Oh, okay. I think that's off. Obviously, I'd have him about 10 points higher. I'd have him in the high 70s, maybe even around 80.
Well, just look at the rank alone.
Yeah, I would. I mean, he's probably
I'd say 7 or 8. No,
probably,
top 5.
Yeah,
I'm going to say top
5 because it's been the second half of the year he's been top 5.
Phenomenal.
The whole season, I wouldn't put him top 5.
You wouldn't?
But I would definitely have him top 10.
Okay, that's fake, isn't it?
I'm not gonna tell you till we're going to go through them all, then I'll tell you what's fake or real.
Oh.
We'll go through them all, yeah.
Well, we're going to forget, aren't we?
Well, so far, you'll see them all. I was going to show you all, and then you can guess which one's fake. But you keep going. You say, if anything seems fishy, let's call it out as we go, and then we can
That one looks fishy to me. I think it's fishy.
All right, Steve, next up.
I think it's real, too.
Denzel Ward.
See, we're going to forget. There's going to be so many of them. Okay.
We know that's real because they've had the Browns' corners lower all year.
Yeah.
He hasn't played, I guess, as well since he got hurt. I still think that's low. I think he should be in the 10 points
That's
higher.
correct.
Yeah, it is low, but I'm saying
correct.
that is real. That's what PFF claims.
Yeah.
They're just drunk.
And ironically, if you believe this, that Greg Newsome, Steve, you take the next one, had the exact same grade and rank.
Yep.
Anthony didn't change the name, but it's the exact same
I think that's
position
reasonable for Greg Newsome. And by the way, a 69.6 is not a bad grade. That's like good, solid. It's too low for Denzel Ward, but I think it's appropriate for Greg Newsome. Still says Denzel Ward there.
Yeah, he didn't change the name.
Yeah, but I think that's appropriate for Greg Newsome. Do you guys?
I think it's about the same.
I do, but I also think that's fake. I'm guessing he's a little bit lower.
All right, so you have 2 that Jay has his eye on. How about Joe Flacco? Steve, let's take Flacco here. 11th out of 42 quarterbacks, an 81.5 PFF grade.
No,
that's the fake one.
Yeah, that's
the fake one.
Yeah, I know that's the fake one.
We know that's the fake one.
Because I looked at it last week.
Oh, you did?
And he was.
That's fake.
I never look at PFF.
I know he was ahead of Baker, and he was ahead of.
So he's higher. So you're saying he's higher than 11?
No, I think he was like 15 or 14.
Oh, okay.
So we only got one mole.
There's only one mole.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is it.
Still got a couple left.
I think it's the fake. I think he's a little. I think he's in the 70s.
That's it right there.
All right, next one, JOK. JOK, the 20th ranked linebacker. This combines inside and outside linebackers, but not edge rushers. So
yeah, that's real.
Right.
83 linebackers, 75.2 grade,
Yep.
20 out of 83.
Yep.
I would have him probably a little higher, but that's not a crazy grade. I mean,
All of these, there's only one that's a mole?
Yeah.
I promise, only one's a mole.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, next up, Steve. Let's take it. How about Wyatt Teller, the 10th graded guard in football
That's
this
about
year
right.
with 72.9 grade.
Yep.
I'll say that's real.
That matches the
Yep.
eye test for me.
That's
Yep,
it.
me too.
That's it.
Next up, Steve. How about MJ Emerson? Slightly lower than the other two Browns cornerbacks,
Yep.
62 out of 128 with a 65.8
Wrong,
grade.
but real.
Wrong but right.
I agree with wrong but real.
And last one, how about Amari Cooper? Out of 128 receivers, he graded out as the 20th highest with an 80.3 grade.
I
that's
think
it.
that's real too.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So of those 8,
So let's see
What's
the
the
first
rat
4
line?
again.
you had Myles, 1 out of 114.
Yep, that's real.
Yep.
Steve next. Njoku.
That's real.
I think that's the mole.
I think that's real.
I'm pretty sure Flacco's the mole, but my second choice is Njoku. Because maybe I looked at Flacco 2 weeks ago and not last week. Maybe he increased
Okay.
his spot.
So who's the mole?
Flacco.
So 2 votes for Flacco, 1 for Njoku.
Yeah.
Y'all got me. It is Joe Flacco. Y'all got me.
Yeah.
Good
He was
for you, Steve.
15th,
Let's take
right?
the real one. Let's take the real one. He ended up 22 out of 42 with a 74.2 grade.
So he's mid, according to
Yeah,
PFF. He's mid.
70. Well, turnovers play a huge
No, I
role
just
in
look
their
at rank.
grading.
I mean,
But, yeah.
because the grade is like, okay, what does the grade mean?
Yeah.
If 69 is good, in
Right.
real terms, 69 is an F.
It's a D.
So I can't say
Or
that,
an
you know,
F, yeah.
I mean,
No.
Do you guys think that? In the playoffs, there's going to be a game where you say the Browns won because of Flacco?
if
Or,
they, yeah.
Or is it more likely that you say the Browns won
In
because
spite
of
of Flacco.
because of the defense?
Oh,
like
it's
because,
very likely that
well,
you could have both.
You won because of Flacco, you won with Flacco,
Or you
won
won
in spite of Flacco.
Yeah, like,
I like that.
like
Yeah.
the San
I like
Francisco
that.
game,
Yeah, yeah.
they won in spite of P.J. Walker.
Yep.
Right.
But the Ravens game, the Browns won because of Deshaun Watson.
Yes.
So
Right.
And then they beat the Bengals because of the first Bengals game because of the defense.
yes, I would agree with that.
So there might be a game
Right.
where you see Joe Flacco have to air it
Yeah,
out and say, what the heck's going on?
Mike, real quick, we kind of zapped through that PFF thing. We did fly
fine.
over and we can do this very quickly. What do you guys feel most comfortable in? Myles winning DYOP or Kevin Stefanski winning the Coach of the Year?
I think, man.
Yes, we did the same thing. I think this may play a role in it. I would have said Kevin Stefanski was a slam dunk. However, watching the Texans beat the Colts, not only C.J. Stroud being a rookie, best defensive player being a rookie head coach, and then they win the division and get a home playoff game, I think people are going to opt more that way.
I think you're right. Yeah, they love giving it to a first-year head coach.
Yeah.
They love that more than anything.
If you-
Stefanski got it in his rookie season.
Right. If you guys had to vote, and you could only vote for one of these two guys,
Yeah, I'm voting for Myles.
Yeah,
I would vote for Stefanski.
I would vote for Myles Garrett.
You also have to do this.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the season, if you went plus wins, the Browns are a +2 for me. I had them at 9. They won 11. For me, the Texans are like a +6.
Yeah.
I didn't see
Yep.
them doing anything this year.
Well, but that's
And we knew the Browns had a
But wait
great
second.
defense.
That's not completely fair, because if I would have told you all the injuries they had to deal with, you wouldn't have picked them to win 9 games.
No, that's part of the journey.
Right.
I'll give you that. And you're right. If you would have told me all the injuries, I would have had the Browns at 6 wins.
Right.
So they're +5. But I still think at the beginning of the season, I had the Texans as one of the worst teams in the league at a +3 or 4.
They had the 3rd lowest projected win total of any team.
Okay,
in
so
football this
Right, but-
compared to what we thought they were and what they ended up, look at when I watched Carolina, the little bit that I watched them on Sunday. Look at the Panthers organization. How in the world did they look at a 5'10 Bryce Young
That's
and
another
project him being better than C.J. Stroud when Stroud had the game of his life against Georgia last
could
year?
say that.
Did you not see the story on that?
On what?
Why they ended up picking
Was it the owner? Was it Tepper that?
Truth? Well, this is from an
I
article
think I
in
did see
Carolina.
this. I think I did see
Do
this.
we want to go over the 4 teams that drafted? Well, 3 of the 4 teams that drafted quarterbacks ahead of Lamar
No,
Jackson.
listen,
Well,
it happens.
JJ, real quick
it happens.
on the
Yeah, go
Stroud
ahead,
Young
Mike,
thing.
sorry.
They went out to dinner and this according to an article.
Oh,
in the
yeah, you
Carolina
mentioned
Journal,
this
Yeah, I
before,
think I
yeah.
read that too.
he ordered scallops.
Yeah.
Instead of steak at a
That
steakhouse.
can't
And
be
Dave
true.
Tepper,
Yeah.
the owner, was so enamored with the fact that he ordered
Look,
something
Bull.
off topic from a steakhouse.
Right.
No,
He's
that-
like, this guy's
that-
It might be
different. I
true
trust
because
him.
it's the
That's
same
crazy.
guy that threw a drink at fans 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, come
like
on.
this guy's not playing
I
with a full
know.
deck.
I mean,
He done lost his mind.
yeah, that's hard to believe.
and,
but-
pl- and
Tepper has made Jimmy Haslam look like the greatest owner in sports history. Thank you.
I mean, that still blows my mind.
Bryce Young over CJ. And at the time, I guess it was a legitimate discussion,
think-
like Ryan Leaf and Peyton Manning was.
But you got but think about this, right? Who was it? Who was it that did this? I think it was Brady Quinn who said that. He said that. Who did he say didn't go to the Manning Passing Academy?
Stroud.
Stroud,
Okay.
yeah.
And when you go back and watch that draft, C.J. Stroud was taking a lot of darts.
Oh, dude.
And
you know what? This might be an example of the following. Intel is very, very big in the draft.
Yeah.
Rumors are like the whisper game in junior high.
Yep.
And there have been documented cases of teams sitting at 2 that want a specific player that put out dirt and bad intel on the guy that they want, specifically so his draft stock falls. And I'm not saying the Texans did that.
Right.
But if they did,
Genius.
they're playing chess and everyone else is playing
By
checkers.
the way, guys that were drafted before, quarterbacks that were drafted before Brock Purdy last year: Kenny Pickett, Desmond Ridder, Malik Willis, Matt Corral, Bailey Zappi, Sam Howell.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a science.
all of them is
But this was really a 2-quarterback discussion. It was Young or it was Stroud.
Yeah. Yeah.
And after
Richardson
the
was in there a
season
little bit,
ended,
too.
Stroud started falling on the draft board at rapid. And I'm like, what is going on? There was a false narrative out there that he wasn't passionate, that he wasn't smart. I mean, watch the guy in college. Dispels all of that.
And you got to think about it. I think I think the Texans went back up in like the next pick or something and drafted
got
Will.
Will Anderson.
They did.
Drafted Will,
Yes.
and was like, all right,
By
we'll
the
catch
way-
y'all later.
Guys,
nailed
give me
it.
what's the worst? What's worse here? I'll give you three different examples. Taking Bryce Young over C.J. Stroud. 2018, Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold going before Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson.
Yeah,
Woo!
I wanted Josh
And-
Allen so badly in that draft.
And Josh Rosen also went off ahead of Lamar, not ahead of Josh Allen,
Okay,
but ahead of Lamar.
That one.
Or
Well, we have more of a sample
that
size to
one-
say that one.
or-
but I think Bryce Young. What I see of Bryce Young, he's out of football in 2 years.
wait, hold on.
After 2 more years.
Or Mitch Trubisky going before Mahomes and Watson.
That's the worst one.
Well, Mahomes went 11.
10.
Mahomes went 10, Watson
Yeah.
went 12, Mitch Trubisky went 2, off of 1 year as a starter.
And they traded
in college.
up. They traded up a future first to go.
Yeah,
for
they're-
Well,
Mitch
so did
Trubisky.
the Panthers traded up too.
No, I know, but I'm saying that one's too early to officially.
that is too
write off,
early.
But right now, man, when I watched Bryce Young, the thing I kept saying over and over in my head is, my God, they drafted this guy over C.J. Stroud.
In fairness to him, this has nothing to do with Stroud. But in fairness to Bryce Young, he's got nothing around him.
No, that's true. But you
I
know
mean,
what?
nothing.
This Houston team was projected to win 3 or 4 games.
Yeah, well, listen, C.J. Stroud is 99% going to have a better career than Bryce Young. He can't
Yes,
say 100%.
barring any miraculous
But it
turnarounds.
doesn't mean that Bryce Young couldn't end up being a decent
he
quarterback
might.
somewhere down the line.
Trevor Lawrence was a miss after 1 year.
Right, but
And then he's got better, but then he
because
regressed.
he regressed this year. But
the Chicago Bears got it
Gee,
out.
let me ask you all this, and this will be the last thing before we do Super Chat. Spend 5 minutes on it. But